Hello. So today I'd like to talk about something that's been on my mind lately and something that I really struggle with, and that's dealing with judgment. As someone that's, always been overweight and always been very self-conscious of how I look and how I appear to others. I've over the years been hypersensitive to whether, you know, when a person is saying something to me, whether I find myself looking to see if there's any judgment in their words, whether it's necessarily there or not, it's something that I've been preconditioned to do. So, and it's something that, we all deal with it. I don't know anyone really who deals with judgment very well. It's a difficult thing for everybody, but it's part of growing up and becoming an adult, being able to deal with judgment, gracefully and with civility and not getting angry. And I mean, it's easy to become defensive, but, not, restraining ourselves and, trying to react as well as we can when we face judgment. Um, it's a difficult thing, but sometimes, it's part of developing a better version of ourselves, being able to deal with judgment, whether it's, deserved or not, or whether it's negative or positive. Sometimes it's hard to receive positive judgment if you're used to always looking for criticism. For instance, it can be hard to believe a compliment when you get it, even if it's sincere. So I think that's something that, we need to realize our own inner triggers and, I guess, our own inward thought patterns. When we're responding to something, why are we triggered by someone saying something about ourselves? I know this is very general, but it's different for everyone. So it's hard to be specific. But say somebody says something about your appearance that you take to be, a slight or an insult. The person saying it may not have intended it that way, but, for me personally, as a fat kid, growing up, I got teased a lot. And so even now I find myself looking to see, is there a possible insult? It's just an inner reflex. So, and I think you need to be aware of your inner reflexes when reacting to other people, and, trying to be aware of, are you being fair to the other person? Or are you projecting your own insecurities, or, inner conflicts, or, issues that you're dealing with yourself? Are you projecting it onto them? Because, it's very easy just to get defensive and say, oh, that isn't true. I'm not like that. Or there's nothing wrong with me. But the truth is, we all have our issues, no matter how successful or good looking or educated or, financially well off we are. We all have our issues. We all have our insecurities. We're all human. So, and judgment can, especially when you're doing it and you're not really sure whether it's intention or not, but you just you immediately think it's negative. It's really easy to do that. And that's negative is often the first instinct before, thinking something's positive. It's easier to look at um, a cup half empty instead of a cup half full. So we really need to be aware of, our own inner triggers and our own, inner work when dealing with judgment. And if something says something to you and if there's any truth in it, then you try to take it with grace. And if you can and if you're up to it, then it's never too late to do your own inner work. And we can all be a better. You can always, learning is never an end. As long as we're alive, we're always learning and always progressing, and that's how you don't stay stagnant. That's how you grow. Personal growth doesn't stop, at any particular age. You keep going. So, yeah, when dealing with judgment, I think the key, and I have a very hard time with this myself, but you have to wonder when you're responding to something, what is it triggering inside you that's making you react the way you do? And if it's true, is there anything you can do about it? And if it's not true, as hard as it can be, try to let it go. Don't let it, phase you or stop you from continuing, and whatever it is you want to achieve. Just, try to respond, even with gratitude if you can. If they're pointing something out to you that you weren't aware of. Sometimes you have an inner script that you've been replaying in your head and that's been there from childhood and you don't even realize it anymore because it's so innate to you. So that might be something is hard or maybe even it hurts, but it might draw your attention to something that needs work. So try to see the light in it and try to see the good in it. And, judgment is something we all face. Some more than others. And, it's never easy, but sometimes it's necessary. And that's how we learn and that's how we grow. And that's how we can, better ourselves. So the key is not, is how we respond to things rather than, what we're being judged about. So anyway, that's the best I can do with that. That's, for me, also, it's a very difficult subject. So anyway, have a good night, everyone. Take care.